39 hours ago, 14 people set out on a once-in-a-lifetime experience. One where they'd have to use their mental, physical, and social attributes to outwit, outplay, and outlast all the other competitors. At the first immunity challenge, Django choked an early lead and sent home their weakest link because of it. Colin, the tribe has spoken. After that, all was well with the Django tribe, dominating the final 3 team challenges and going into the merge up 6-4 against the Eden tribe. Django! Wins immunity!
Yeah, that'll win!
But the Eden tribe did not give up. Thanks to 2 idols. If you have an immunity idol and you'd like to play it, now would be the time to do so. And some trouble in paradise.
That really made me distrust Mick.
The Django tribe eventually turned on one another and have found themselves down 2-3 going into the finale. Now, only 5 remain. Find out who wins it all tonight on Survivor Kingston. Survivor Kingston would not be possible without the help from our amazing local sponsors. Cisco Family Dentistry, Matt Gasquey Real Estate, Tyler Thompson with Farm Bureau Insurance, and J&E Yoga. Thank you so much for supporting Survivor Kingston, and we hope you enjoy the episode.
Who had 4?
Right. Well, I just thought you didn't have a clue.
Yeah.
That,
Keep that hands up.
If you have an immunity idol and you'd like to play it, now would be the time to do so.
Mr. Shell got almost no sleep because he was thinking about this all night long. I can see the path to the final 3 for the 3 of us. But the first thing we got to do is we got to get through this one. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to spread the word. It's Quint. I know you're not going anywhere. I hope this works. Quint has an idol. So he's going to play that idol. And he's going to get to decide who goes home. And I'm hoping it's Anna Grace, and I'm hoping it's not anything else that's crazy. But that's the plan right now. And then once we get through the next challenge, we can figure out from there. But I'm very hopeful and have been telling Quint and Sarah since the merge that they are my final 3, and that's what I want to happen. So we'll see what happens.
In today's challenge, the contestants will hold a 15-pound pole over their head for as long as they can. At the 15-minute mark, they'll have to hold it with one arm only. The last person standing will win immunity. Survivors ready? Go! No resting on your head during this challenge. Rest of the way. You can't switch your arms now. You have to hold on with the one you got. No switching. You have to stand firm. Quint, watch the tilt. We're at 15 minutes, 25 seconds. This is where it really starts to burn. Yeah. Scale starting to wobble. Keep pushing. Phil, watch that tip. It's dropping. Hold on, girls. You guys are doing so good. Keep pushing. We're at 16 minutes and 30 seconds. You guys have been out here. Keep pushing. Come on, we might be done with this challenge in 1 minute. Just give it one more minute. This is what it's all about. Everyone's starting to struggle. Come on, Mr. Shell. Everyone's starting to struggle. Phil, first to jump out of the challenge. 18 minutes, 40 seconds. Heck of a job. Is this where we start dropping like flies? You guys have gone 4 whole minutes since you've moved to one arm. Quint, keep the tip up. Caroline, drops out.
Good job.
19 minutes, it's 15 seconds. We're down to our final 3. It's all 3 original Eden. Will they stick together for one more vote?
I think we will.
Mr. Shell, Quint, Sarah wins immunity. Her first immunity win, 19 minutes, 30 seconds. That a way to push through. You are guaranteed a spot in the final 4 of Survivor Kingston.
I don't really know what the plan is. I think that since I won, I need to look at my best chance for Final 3 and who I think I can win with and who we need to get out. I think that Caroline is a really good competitor, and depending on what the immunity challenge is next, she could definitely win. She's definitely got people in the jury too.
Stout resume and a lot of people in the jury.
Yeah.
Because we've taken down Jonah. She's going to get all those votes. It's got to be her.
I think so too. But I think that Q and Mr. Shell have a little bit of a resume that they're trying to build, so they are dangerous too. That's 3 in the final 3. Maybe we can flip that. We can make that happen. That was maybe the hardest challenge yet. I mean, I knew going into it, it's all mental, and I'm surprisingly made it longer than I thought I would, but I wanted it so bad and I need it. I feel like because of last time's tribal, we were literally all in agreement on Quint, and then out of nowhere, no one knew about that idol or anything. He was all on his own there, and so I feel like that maybe put a little bad taste in everybody's mouth, and they still just want to try again and get him. I don't know. He was, after that challenge when Sarah got the necklace, he was like, seemed like, yay, she got it, we're good. Like, so I don't know how to interpret that necessarily, but I mean, all I need is one. So if I can get Shell with me and Phil to get Quint, then I'm happy.
That was a very hard challenge. Sarah killed it, and when I saw that it got down to me, Shell, and Sarah, I felt strong with the Eden strong. Sarah took it home for the team, which I would consider a win. Honestly, right now, with the 5 of us left, I view Sarah as my strongest ally. Shell has me worried. I wouldn't be surprised about a flip. They flipped on Zach already. Who's to say they won't on me? So again, I'm playing the cards close to the chest, but right now for this next one, I'd like to see Caroline or Shell go home.
I could tell.
Why?
I tell him.
Why?
You tell me. Is it an idol?
I assume.
Jury. Mick, Zach, and Anna Grace voted off at the last tribal council. Final five, awesome accomplishment. There's so many different scenarios that I drew up in my mind what I thought it would be, and I'm really grateful for the outcome. Sarah, I'll start with you. To finally get that necklace around your neck. So many of you guys have been so close so many times. Sarah, you just come up short just time and time again. How's it feel to finally get that thing and know you're safe, know you're in the Final Four?
I think it's a great feeling to finally win individual immunity. I was so close, like you said before, and it really sucked, honestly. But I think that everybody just wants a chance to feel what it feels like to have it around their neck and to know that you're safe. This tribal council, it was really hard having to stay in there and hold that pole over your head. I think at the end of the day, everybody did amazing. So.
Phil.
Chase wore it. Have you wore that? Have you thrown any immunity out at anything? Have you wore it? Have you wore it? I don't. I probably won't.
Phil, there was a comment at the end of the challenge. Quint threw it and I said, 3 Eden remaining, will they stay strong? Quint throws his thing and says, I think they will. Does that scare you? I mean, last vote, you had both Eden, and it was 5 against 1 to Quint. Do you think that there was a way that he brought Eden back together and that they'll make a unanimous vote, or a vote together tonight?
No, I really think it's hard to find the shirts to go off. I don't think there's a green and brown around here anymore. I think everybody's really fighting for themselves. They're trying to make their own way, and there's a lot of politics going down there, discussion where two people walk off, have a conversation, and one of that person goes somewhere else. It's kind of flying all over the place.
Caroline, to win immunity 3 times, to be one of the 2 remaining Django members, and to have majority of the jury be Django, you got to be nervous tonight. You know, but why should Eden? This is a time for you to say why should they keep you tonight? You've won immunities. You've been awesome. You've been a huge threat. Why do you think that they have a better chance of beating you in the end?
Because I'm a team player and I'm honest, and I feel like I've shown that in every tribal council that I've been a part of. And, you know, when I say that we're going to have a plan, like, I'm going to stick to that.
Mr. Shell, every vote is tough, but when you get to the final 5, you know the struggles to get here. You know how bad it's been to sleep outside these past few nights. You know that every single person sitting here deserves it. How hard is it to go back there and write someone's name down and know that they came so close that they'll come away with nothing in the end?
Yeah, the votes just keep getting harder and harder, and they were hard the very first vote we had to make as Eden. So I just keep telling myself it's part of the game, and at the end, you hope that everybody understands that it is an individual game. You know, Phil said it right. It's, you know, some of the votes fell the way that our shirts are, but it's been an individual game for a while now. So you just gotta hope that you can. I mean, it's all about trust. It's all about trust. Who can you trust? And
Quint, you got to be nervous. Last tribal, 5-1. You luckily play the idol at the right time for yourself. secure yourself a spot in the final 5. What's the mindset now? Do you think that you had enough time to go back to camp after losing immunity? Do you think you had enough time to prove, hey, you should keep me here, this is why, use me for this vote? Just walk me through your game plan.
Yeah, so I hope so. I did the best I could to tell everybody, hey, I haven't won a single immunity. I hardly contributed to any of the tribe challenges. And then I got all of Django stacked against me in the jury. So I think it would be in everyone's best benefit to continue to bring me along. But I don't think my strategy and my words will save me this time. However, I was just looking around Django Tribe's camp and found something interesting. So might not need to.
Mr. Shell, I see you sit up and I see you whispering something to Caroline back there. Are you worried? Are you afraid that maybe Quint did find something? Does that throw a wrench in your plan?
I am not worried about this vote at all. I feel confident I know what's going to happen.
With that being said, like last time, I hope your cards were dealt well. It's Quint, it's time to vote.
Final 3, you will win. Two things. I'll be shocked if this doesn't work. And I hate writing her name down. I can't beat her. She's too good.
By the way, I think if we taught in the same school, we'd sit in the lunchroom and have a lot of laughs together.
If anyone has an immunity idol, this is the last tribal council. It can be played. So if you would like to play it, now would be the time to do so. Alright, I'll read the votes. First vote, Caroline. Second vote, Phil. 1 vote Caroline, 1 vote Phil. Third vote, Mr. Shell. We're tied. 1 vote Phil, 1 vote Caroline, 1 vote Mr. Shell, 2 votes left. Fourth vote, Caroline. 2 votes Caroline, 1 vote Phil, 1 vote Mr. Shell, 1 vote left. The 10th person voted out of Survivor Kingston and the 6th member of our jury. Caroline, you may grab your torch. Caroline, the tribe has spoken. Congratulations, guys. 4 people left. We've gone from 4 Eden against 6 Django to 3 Eden against 1 Django standing. I'll give you guys about 15 minutes before the final immunity challenge. So, with that being said, you guys are good to head back to camp, and I'll give you a heads up about when the next challenge is.
Alright, so right before tribal, I snuck up on Quint and he had what looked like an idol. He told me that it was an idol. And I said that I would not tell anybody as long as that he voted for Shell. And I didn't know if he was going to play it for himself or Shell. And so I voted for Phil as a backup on me. Just so that if it was a tie, there'd be a tie instead of something on me. And then Quint didn't even freaking play it and voted for me, I guess. Or Shell, I don't know, but everybody was lying to me because not everybody voted for Quint. I don't know, I'm confused, and hurt. But I feel like I played a good game, and I made it longer than I ever thought that I would. And I feel like I played it fairly, and I gave it my all in every challenge, so I'm proud of myself.
So there were mixed feelings and mixed vibes I was getting around camp. I wasn't sure if the Django tribe was gonna put me down or Shell down, so I faked an idol just to try to swing that vote Shell, just in case one of my original allies flipped on me. They didn't. We stayed true to the vote, which was Caroline. It was pretty unanimous. She's won 3 immunities, and she's just got the best case to win it all. So, you know, forward thinking, she had to go. She was the strongest competitor.
Come on in, guys. In today's final immunity challenge, the 4 remaining castaways will compete in a simple block stacking challenge. All 4 contestants have the same amount of blocks that vary in shapes and size. Whoever has the highest tower after 5 minutes is the winner. Survivors ready? Go. First glance, I see multiple different strategies. Phil going with a thick base. Quint looking good. Sarah with an early lead. We're at 4 minutes and 20 seconds. 4 minutes and 20 seconds. We're almost 20% done with this challenge. Mr. Shell restarting. Going back to square one. Phil with a solid base starting to move up. Phil still working on his base. Mr. Shell starting to panic. But did she use too many blocks on the bottom? Quint thinking it through. We're at 3 minutes and 30 seconds left. Just like that. This is the most important immunity. You guys have fought this hard to get here. You need this. Quint in the lead. Phil with a tall stack. He had too many blocks on the bottom. He's starting to restart. Mr. Shell stacking. His hands are shaky. He's been outside these past few days. Quint in the lead. Sarah's restarted.
What the heck am I gonna do now?
2 minutes, 50 seconds. We're almost to the halfway point. Mr. Shell and Quint are neck and neck. Mr. Shell is up by 1 block.
No.
Mr. Shell falls. You're not out of this thing. We're not even halfway done. Two minutes, 8 seconds. 2 minutes left. We're 60% done with this challenge. All of you need this. You guys have fought this hard to get here. Pull it together for this last challenge. Quint stack getting tall. Looks like it's starting to lean. Phil in second. Mr. Shell in third. Sarah's restarted. She's starting to get high again. We're at 1 minute and 30 seconds. 1 minute and 30 seconds left. Phil and Quint are neck and neck. Quint's got the slight lead on him. Quint taking some blocks down. Phil's moved into first. 1 minute and 5 seconds. Mr. Shell's right there with him. 55 seconds left. Phil is in the lead. The only remaining Django member left is in the lead. Quint restacking. We're at 35 seconds. 35 seconds. When I say stop, hands off. 30 seconds. 22 seconds left. We're neck and neck. Looks like Phil has a slight advantage. 17 seconds. Sarah's starting to stack some blocks. Quint stacking blocks. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Quint falls. 2, 1. Stop. Hands off. Phil falls. Oh, this is neck and neck. I'm not sure. down to an inch, a centimeter, a second, and this is just like the rest of them. Mr. Shell at almost 21 inches. Sarah. Sarah! Let's go! Great job, guys. Sarah, congratulations. All right, you guys can head back. Stay tuned for scenes from part 2 of the finale. Chaos ensues as Shell and Quint turn against each other.
But I think you and me, Sarah, have an even shot at this thing.
No matter what, I'm riding Shell down. No matter what. So I'm telling Phil that we're voting Shell. So I'm telling Shell we're voting Phil.
But Phil has already accepted his fate as the last man standing from the Django tribe.
But it's been great. I've had a lot of great time. So this is my farewell speech. I loved it.
Find out who wins it all next time on Survivor Kingston.